Okay then guys, and welcome to Shinobi. This is a PS2 reboot of the franchise, and it's alright, it's not amazing. It doesn't really do the original game justice, but there are some cool elements in it, and we'll take a look at those now. Okay then, obviously they've introduced cutscenes into this, and you've got a story where basically you've fought your brother and killed him, and then there's a mysterious earthquake in Tokyo, and all of your clan are pretty much resurrected as zombies, and you have to kill them. And each end of level boss represents pretty much one of your old clan members. The FMV is okay. It sort of captures the spirit of the original arcade game, but there is some really cheesy acting in it, as is typical of the era.
I shall have my revenge.
You shall indeed. Okay then, so this is the actual gameplay. As you can see, it's fairly simplistic stuff. You've got basically a sword attack, you've got a shuriken attack, a dash attack, and a jump attack. Now, one of the interesting things in Shinobi is a gameplay mode called Tate, and the way that works is you give a set amount of I can run across walls as well, look at that. You give them a set amount of enemies to destroy, and if you destroy them in a set amount of time, something really cool happens. We'll see if we can do it here. So I've got one missing, as you can see. I'm not going to find him, so it didn't happen. There we go. And you kill them all at once. It's quite cool, but it's basically done far better in the sequel, Nightshade, which features a female Shinobi. And then yeah, you basically kill a set amount of enemies, and then you'll be able to move on to the next area. It's a very linear stuff, so in a way it sort of captures the essence of the 2D scrolling platformer world. Okay. But you know, there's not really a lot to it. Although I did pick this up for £2, so I'm not really arguing. However, if I bought this back in the day for £40, I'd have been really disappointed. Mainly because of what's going to happen in a minute. Okay then, this is one of the later stages, and you can see one of the big problems with the game, which I'll be showing you just now as soon as I get up. Basically, the later levels require you to do a lot of running across walls, which would be okay, but the camera is a nightmare basically. And the other problem is that it thinks it's really good fun to basically have death below you. So if you time a jump wrong, you die, and it's all the way to the bottom of the stage, which is incredibly frustrating. And as you can see, the biggest enemy in this game is basically the camera, because it doesn't allow you to move it, and it becomes really, really hard to see where you're going. It's a real shame, because in many ways there's quite a lot to like about Shinobi. It's got fantastic music. It's got some good bosses, which we'll look at in a moment, and the core gameplay is relatively sound. It's just so many infuriating bits in it, which, as the game progresses, you just want to kill someone. Let's use some magic, and down we go. As you can see, it's very, very fiddly. One of the cool things about Shinobi is it does have some very cool bosses. This is one of the larger guys, and as you can, he's massive. But as you can see, there's just frustrating elements. I'll show you here with any luck. Take out these guys. It's just all too easy to still fall to your death. So you have to basically jump, dash out, and if you bugger up like that, it's game over. Which is a bit shit, but I suppose it brings back the Keno's attack where basically if you got hit by that flame, that was it, loss of a life. Nowadays, you know, considering when you have got things like an energy bar and all the rest, you don't really need it. There is some nice level design to Shinobi. This Far East City is pretty cool, but it's a very linear game, so it's very hard to get less than it. Now, one of the reasons why you have to keep on attacking enemies is the sword you're using is a demon sword, and if you can see on the left-hand side, those glowing dots represent basically your energy. And if it basically runs out, it's game over. So there's a certain amount of strategy involved, and also you can't try running through the levels because you'll literally run out of health. So obviously, falling in the lava is instant death. You need to take out these things to basically clear the next stage. Oh, look at that. It's not instant death, but it takes away a lot of energy. But as you can see, the camera is just all over the place. And it just gets more frustrating as it carries on. So you can imagine the guys working on Team Ninja, working on Ninja Game and say, look, don't make a game like this, because it just doesn't work. So I'm obviously missing, there it is. And once I've got this, I can move on to the next section. And as you can see, my health is getting dangerously low now. And there's the next set of enemies to destroy. So there you go, Shinobi on PS2. It doesn't really do the franchise proud. It's not a mediocre game by any stretch of the imagination. And like I said, if you can pick it up for under a £5, you will get some enjoyment out of it. But this isn't a high point of the series, and things like slightly stodgy controls and more importantly, the infuriating camera do ruin the later stages. So it's definitely an example of a game which starts off reasonably okay, but it gets worse as it goes on. I actually prefer the sequel, which I haven't got around to getting yet, simply because the actual take stuff in it is a lot more interesting and works far better. But you know, if you're a fan of the series, check it out by all means, but anybody else may want to steer clear because there are better action games on the PS2. So this is Darren Jones from Retro Gamer, and I'll be back with more video reviews very, very soon.